Experimenting on websites with the visual editor always has its pros and cons, and many engineers don't really like to use them. But what if I could tell you get all the positives of the visual editor without any of those negatives? And that's what we're going to talk about now. Hey everybody, I'm Graham from GrowthBook, and today we're going to take a look at some of the pros and cons of using visual editors and how our new Edge SDK can really help remove all those negatives. So client-side experimentation with the visual editor enables non-technical users to experiment and change the website. It makes optimization super easy, and you simply open up a website, open the visual editor, click the elements you want to change, like a headline, CSS, images. You can even change JavaScript, and then launch the experiment. The experiments are instantly live, and there's no code changes required. When you test with a visual editor, those changes are applied while the page is loading, or after the page loads completely, which leads to the first problem with visual editors. They can cause the page to flicker or flash as that experiment is loaded. While this might seem like a pretty minor problem, it really can affect the validity of results. So imagine if the page is loading very, very slowly, the user may not actually see the experiment variant at all. Or even with normal loading, the flashing might cause the user to pay more attention to that area, or maybe get annoyed that the page is flickering, all of which may affect the validity of the results. And while some of these A/B testing platforms out there will say that they are 100% anti-flicker or have anti-flickering scripts, the truth is about how all these products work is that they actually just end up hiding the page, either behind a solid white div or just hiding the page with CSS until everything loads in the background, and then they reveal all the HTML once the experiment's already been loaded onto the page. That is true, it does not flicker, but as a result, your users are staring at a white screen for a brief period of time, or really in the worst case for a few seconds. And this can give the appearance that your site is being slow and may impact like the bounce rate or other metrics, and certainly can affect the results of your experiment. The second problem is that some visual experiment scripts can be actually quite large and include lots of separate libraries, which can slow down the page load time speeds. Finally, some of the most popular experimentation JavaScript libraries can be blocked by adblock scripts, resulting in users never seeing your experiment at all. As a best case, this can cause experiments to be underpowered, but since adblock users tend to be more technical, it's not a random sampling of users, which can cause a bias in your experiment results. So how do we fix this? So with the release of GrowthBook Edge SDKs, we've managed to solve all those negative sides of visual experimentation. We take advantage of CDN edge workers. CDNs, or content distribution networks, reduce the latency and increase performance by caching your site on a global network of servers. And in this context, the edge is the closest cache server to your client. And many CDNs let you run code on those edge servers, and those are called edge workers. With these edge workers, we can apply experiment variants directly to the HTML that's passing through the edge, so that the client receives the HTML with the A/B test applied already to it, which means that the web page is delivered with the experiment baked into it. So there's no flickering, there's no flashing, and there's no delays in page load time. Also, the experiment is not susceptible to ad blocks. Our Edge SDKs not only unlock visual experiments without any compromises, but enables URL redirect tests, as well as use of feature flags on the edge. We hope you check us out at growthbook.io or email us at hello@growthbook.io. See you next time. Thanks so much.